Ed, Edd, and Eddy was one of the popular Cartoon Network shows at the time during the 90s. And of course, Cartoon Network at the time had lots of popular shows from the 90s and from the 2000s. And unfortunately, Ed, Edd, and Eddy ended in 2009 when the show was getting very good. And at the time, if you thought that would be the end of Ed, Edd, and Eddy, well, guess what? Not really. Because Ed, Edd, and Eddy has one of the best endings of all times, or still to this day, and no one even talks about it. The ending is all present in the Ed, Edd, and Eddy's Big Picture Show. So today's video is going to be about, I'm going to be doing my review of Ed, Edd, and Eddy's Big Picture Show. Now, they're going to be in parts, so I'm going to be doing like part videos, like part 1, part 2, and part 3, because I don't feel like doing the video too long. Let's get started. So, the first opening of Ed, Edd, and Eddy's Big Picture Show is that we get a first shot of the cul-de-sac, and then later we get a shot of the cul-de-sac being destroyed by some cartoon disaster. We then get going with Ed, who is trying to get all of his stuff and his belongings. He's getting ready to go on the run. If you know these characters, you know they usually do a lot of scams to get jawbreakers. But when Ed gets all his stuff, he then goes to Double D's house. We get a shot of Double D, like, writing a note to his parents, meaning that he's not going to see them again. And then Ed comes by and grabs Double D. Then we get a shot of Eddy trying to pack all of his belongings, which he's trying to get his belongings, so he's getting ready to go on the run. But then once Ed and Double D make it to their house, Eddy has a plan, like what they're going to do before the kids are going to come after them. Eddy has a plan. He says, let's go to his big brother's room. Once Eddy tears out the paper, Eddy says they should be safe in there. After that, the kids come by, trying to attack the Ed brothers. After a crash through the roof, the kids from the cul-de-sac start chasing the Ed boys. Meanwhile, when Sarah and Jimmy are watching the show, all the kids try to get Ed, and Eddy, but they successfully done it, and then they fly away. After that, the cul-de-sac kids need to figure out a plan how they're going to catch the Ed boys. So after that, Johnny comes by and he has a plan. He's going to go in his melon disguise and try to get the Ed boys. After a fly through the air, the Ed brothers are thinking they are safe from the kids from the cul-de-sac. But once the car crashed, Eddy has a plan, like how they're going to be safe from the kids from the cul-de-sac, how they're going to be safe. Eddy has an idea, and they said that they should go to his big brother's place. And after that, the kids start searching for the Ed boys. Rolf comes by, thinking this is where the Ed boys were. Once Rolf figures out this is where the Ed boys were, they still go on the search for them. After that, Double D has a plan. Like, he asks Eddy, does he know where his brother is? But Eddy says he doesn't know where he is. But Double D has an idea, like, how they're going to find Eddy's big brother. And after that, once Double D discovers his machine, he then crashes into a building and figuring out this is where his brother is. Alright guys, we are going to stop right here. We will continue on part 2 tomorrow. Alright? So stay tuned for Ed, Eddy, and Eddy's Big Picture Show for part 2. Alright? So see you guys in the next video, which is tomorrow.